And well, I would love to know on the business front, what is I mean, if we kind of look back at the 2025 year in the mortgage and real estate industry, I would say it was definitely a lot of progress in a lot of areas and a lot of buildup that I think we're all feeling like the repeat of the past is looming, right? That moment where like the floodgates kind of open and some things happen because we can feel the pent-up demand, the different things, all the action behind the scenes without necessarily the explosion that we've suffered in years past, where you overnight don't know how you're going to get to all the business. But I think that 25 was an incredibly productive year on our front. How do you guys feel about the year?
I'll chime in on for the reverse side. As I actually did yesterday, I did a content day, and all of my scripts that I researched on, reverse is here and it's here to stay. And I know a lot of people haven't really ventured into that segment of the industry, but our industry grew in a different way that I didn't think was going to, let's just say, maybe explode. Most of our business in past years was the traditional FHA reverse mortgage that everybody utilized. Went back, and all of what you see for originations are just the FHA traditional. There was never been like somebody that's kept track of the other programs that are out there. They're proprietary, right? Mm-hmm. Business has grown in the proprietary segment across the nation 40%. There's that much more business in that segment of the reverse mortgage market, which tells us a few things. It's built for higher valued homes. Mm-hmm. So I feel like there's going to be a luxury type of need for it. People that are living in huge homes, maybe a lot of property that exceed that value that we can use with the traditional reverse mortgage. Also, like, I closed 2 condos that weren't FHA approved. The other programs will allow.
That's an important factor.
Yeah, big time. And so, 30% of my closings were proprietary this year, and I didn't even know it until I went back and looked at my numbers. I'm like, no wonder those deals were so hard. It's different. Everything's hard, but it's just been very interesting to see the growth in that segment of the market. So, it's here to stay, and there's a lot of viable uses for it. So it's been really good to see that, looking back at the last year.
I'm going to give you guys a chance to comment
on that.
Yeah.
I agree. What you're probably seeing is like what we've seen in other segments of the mortgage industry over the last, decade really, is, if you remember, we used to be really, here in Sacramento, really heavy with government loans, FHA, VA. Correct. Then the price ranges started to creep up. And then some of the, like you were saying, the idea that condo was not FHA approved. So you're seeing a lot of the terms of what was standard government types of programs not really matching anymore.
Correct.
And so we've seen a tremendous increase in the forward mortgage side, what we call non-QM.
Correct.
A little bit different types of loans, bank statement loans, properties that debt service themselves for rentals and that type of stuff. That's where we've seen the explosion of any kind of increases over previous years. It's not been the normal old Fannie Mae, Freddie Mac loan that we've seen huge increases. It's been the other types of loans. So I would say that you're feeling the same things that forward mortgage has felt. Correct. What's exciting, and maybe this takes us off a little bit of track. This just it was yesterday or the day before, I listened to KFBK. What do you think I was starting to hear?
Okay, so let's talk about our rebound. You were listening to our ads. We are now APM retirement lending because the scope of the market has evolved. Yeah. So yes, we're there.
That's what I was going to say. The scope of it's not just the FHA reverse mortgage. Here you go.
Yeah.
And so that's what you're seeing. And I literally was heading home. I listen to KFBK all the time.
Why, thank you.
It drives my son crazy because he's going, they don't have any music on this station. But I go, well, there's a bumper here before the guy starts talking. But I was listening and it perked my ears up.
Yeah.
And your rebrand, congratulations.
Thank you. We're really excited about that because we feel like we've been such a footprint in the local market on reverse, but we're always really ahead of the game, knowing what's coming and preparing ourselves for the next pivot. And now that it's evolved, and there's also programs out there that are not like a reverse mortgage product, right? So they can make a much less principal and interest payment if you're a senior. Some of them, there's a program that's a equity preserve. You know, people are wanting to leave equity for their kids. So let's put that aside with the reverse mortgage and use this amount of, there's just so many different options now. So we decided to take the reverse out of it because it's really a whole gamut of options that are out there, solutions and opportunities, not only for our consumers, but also for our realtors out there. They're the first point of contact when a client has a problem. Right? So our job in the reverse mortgage niche is to teach, educate our realtors so that then therefore they can help their clients. And sometimes it turns into an opportunity for them. So we want everybody to win. We want the consumer to win and we want the realtor to win.